So, as I was saying, the first thing to understand is that magic is, by its very nature, volatile and dangerous. Unless you can...
What you learn here will last your lifetime.
And will
Several
destroy
if you're
you.
talented.
Sir, I think we all understand that fairly well. We wouldn't be here if we couldn't control magic.
It's no secret that the college's reputation in Skyrim is tainted.
Some inherent natural ability. That much is not being questioned. What I'm talking about is true control. Mastery of magic. It takes years, if not decades, of practice and study.
What are we waiting for? Let's get started.
Please, please. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Eagerness must be tempered with caution, or else disaster is inevitable.
But we've only just arrived here. You've no idea what any of us are capable of. Why not give us a chance to show you what we can do?
You've been quiet so far. What do you think we should do? Well, your classmates certainly seem to disagree with you.
Oh, don't listen to her. We can do it. Just give us a chance.
All right, let's settle down. I suppose we can try something practical. In continuing with our theme of safety, we'll start with wards. Wards are protective spells that block magic. I'll teach you all a ward, and we'll see if you can successfully use it to block spells, all right? Would you mind helping me with a demonstration? Are you at all familiar with ward spells? Well, then this should be no problem at all for you. Now, if you'll just stand right over there, I'll cast a spell at you, and you block it with the ward. Here we go. Over there, please, just opposite me. Wouldn't want anyone else in the way. Now, cast the ward spell. Keep it up. Hold still. Excellent work. Well, I think this is an excellent start. I'd like you all to continue practicing with wards, please. I think perhaps we're ready to begin exploring some of the various applications of magic throughout history. The college has undertaken a fascinating excavation in the ruins of Sawthall nearby. It's an excellent learning opportunity. I suggest we meet there in a few hours and see what awaits us inside. That's all for now.
Bye.
Skyrim could not be more different from elsewhere. But magic is the same no matter where you go.
Just say the word if you need a drink or something to eat.
My days at the college along Dagor and I have an understanding. He gives me privacy, and I make sure my experiments don't blow up his inn. I still have research that keeps me... the college would... We're nothing to the Daedra. Azora, it started slowly. Then one day I walked in and Malin had killed a student. I mentioned you can only... As a mortal, Malin's soul was black, so part of his work was breaking past Azura's rules.
As long as
He was
keeps
close
staying,
before.
keeps
Well,
himself
I
and
already
isn't
told
hurt
you. Yes?
Oh, are you sure of that? I think Birna might disagree with you.
It's not my place to get involved in their family's business, remember? You're the one that told me to stay out of it.
Winterhold doesn't offer much, but we like living here. Been here all our lives.
If you've business with the college, you're welcome to stay here. It's where most of our business comes from, in fact. See ya.
Unless I'm just trying to have a quiet drink here, all right?
Before you even ask, yes, I have an ancestry steeped in magic, and no, I don't... Yeah, does that cover everything? I've just been asked enough questions. I'm here to learn not to explain myself over and over. Forgive me. I didn't mean to assume. Why? Because it's old and full of dead things? Clearly, you've never spent any time in Morrowind. Not really. Just that it's very, very old. It was one of the first cities of men in Tamriel, I think. I know I don't like the way he looks at me. I can't tell if he expects me to blow myself up or to try and murder him. But he clearly doesn't trust any of us. I'd better get going.
Good to see Skyrim still has such fine people. We're particularly interested in the prevalence of magical seals placed on the tombs here. It's rather unlike anything we've encountered. I can certainly share a bit of what I know. Anything at all that might be of interest. That's why I adore this location. We have no idea what we're going to find. And if along the way my message about the dangers of magic should happen to sink in for a few students, that would be a happy coincidence. All right. Please stay close to me while we're inside. It should be safe, but it's always better to be cautious.
Huh? I find it hard to believe this excavation was approved.
You know, there might be gold somewhere in here.
Also the largest. Sacked by the elves in the infamous Night of Tears, not much is known about what happened to Sarthal. This is an exciting opportunity for us, to be able to study such an... Well, are there any questions before we begin? Ah, yes. Well, why don't you see if you can assist Arniel Gain? He's one of our scholars, here working on cataloging our finds. I expect he'd appreciate some help in locating any additional magical artifacts here in the ruins. Any enchanted items will do. The usefulness of the enchantment is irrelevant. If you find anything, the class can look it over. Now let's see. What shall we have the rest of you do? All right, everyone. Let's be careful, but have fun.
Do you think there's treasure here? Something to make Jazargo a powerful wizard.
I wonder if everyone else would be so happy to rifle through the bones of their ancestors.
Do you think there's treasure here? Something to make Jazargo a powerful wizard.
To think, my ancestors destroyed the homes of Onwin's ancestors. So much bloodshed.
Please be careful here. The site isn't entirely secured.
It's going to take forever to sit through all this. What? Ah, yes, you. I remember you. You're going to help? That's fine. Just don't make a mess of my work. I've only looked through a portion of this section. You can look around in the chambers just north of here. Try and be careful, all right? We don't want to damage anything. Just round up the rest of the magical artifacts so that I can catalog them. He asks far too many questions about my research. I think the Thalmor are trying to steal my work. I haven't told him anything, of course. What I'm doing is far too important. Can't breathe a word of it. All right, then.
What in the world was that racket? Is everything all right? How in the world did that happen? Really? Perhaps the amulet is important somehow. Is there some way you can use it? I wonder what effect might your spell take. Please be careful here. Well, would you look at that? This appears to lead somewhere. Let's see where it goes.
It's going to take forever to sit through all this. Uh-huh.